Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out.
A targeted weapon that inhibits...
More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
I don't know why the Hotari wanted us here, but it wasn't to negotiate.
Clearly, peace is not their intention.
But they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them. She's trying to save them.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically...
An urgent call from Hotari. Queen's advisor Tylus has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of this. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illidians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We're, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
I can see that.
Come on, start pulling chips.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation? Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage. Or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels.
We're at the edge of the quadrant. Help isn't just gonna pop over like we're in Sector 001.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
You talk like you've never had your backs up against a wall before. This is Starfleet. We solve our own problems.
Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core. Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast?
Well, of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job. When she's on duty, she's gotta be on the lookout for danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze. .2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Khan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
We don't have the first idea what this is or what it means. And we have all of the Federation records available to us.
Perhaps we should see what else the Federation records show.
Computer, what is the last recorded discovery of other Takan artifacts?
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence. There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
For now, it's probably best we don't let on how much we know.
Play our cards close to the vest. Smart. I agree. Then when the time is right, we can confront them.
Diplomatically, of course.
Right.
We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Yes, sir. I'll do everything in my power to make sure no one knows I'm there.
Good. Of course, you'll have full support from the Resolute. And we'll make sure we take every precaution.
Every precaution.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Petty
Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Diaz, Tamaris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips. What the?
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I called you on the comm badge. Twice. Commander Westbrook, too. Why didn't you answer?
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
What exactly were you doing in here? I saw you accessing files, copying them onto that.
This is secure data. It's really not my place to talk about it. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
It's not the only reason I'm here. That crystal formation you took never made it to the containment lab. Westbrook sent me to find you, to find out what happened.
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Shovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you.
I want to help you, but you're not making it easy.
Then I'll try to make it simple. You don't have to say anything at all.
Miranda, hold on.
No. Get out of my way.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Check the data on this drive. I'm sure it'll show her access codes were used. And there were probably files copied while I was still with you two in engineering.
That makes sense.
Then get someone down here who can prove that. But until then, I have to go.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
Let's take her to sickbay. It's better than the brig, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Fine. Get checked out by medical. You two go with her. I'll put this back together.
Rydick here.
This is Ermont. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Rydick out. the ionic interference is coming from underground, I should find a safer way down there.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
Thank you for agreeing to this. You've already taken risks on our behalf. It means a great deal that you would do so again.
If it's for my people, no risk is too great.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy, but they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door. How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
The Queen? But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly of this instance.
There's no
You'll
need
regret
for...
everything you've said here today. You should have opened the doors the second I appeared before you.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know
Each second you delay my entry will be recorded, processed, and permanently marked on your record. Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How could a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the Queen's bed.
Not going that way.
Now!
But fine.
A wise choice. Lead the way. Be quick.
force field. Looks like it was installed recently. No safe way around it. Let's get a look inside you. Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo.
Hey Matt, I like it quite a bit actually. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I'm hoping you can hear me. Star Trek is something that I got into with my dad when I was about 3. He showed me the original. Just follow the conduit.
Might be rigged to only open to registered users. No control panel here. I should take a look at my tricorder.
Going. Here.
I control the exit door. I need to see inside it.
Okay, nothing there.
Something in here is keeping that door closed.
DNA. DNA processors.
Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
So I kind of had to check this game out. I've heard mixed things about it. I like that it's kind of like a Telltale game. So it feels very cinematic in a lot of ways. So far I'm seeing there could be some pretty cool replayability in it. Simply because there's so many choices that you can make, and I'm really enjoying that. I've always been a fan of the Telltale games, like I've got the Batman series, Game of Thrones, Tales from the Borderlands, you know, stuff like that. And I've got the Walking Dead series as well. I just think that it's a great format.
I didn't come here to educate the imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Master.
So I will leave about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight.
There you are. You really let that guy happen.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me.
The catwalks were booby trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone great lengths to become private. While we're inside, where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down. There's some changing station. Use Lizzie to DNA authorization for cars.
I have an idea. We need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood. That's the theory. Let's test it.
One of the things that I find this really cool is it actually links back to the episode The Last Outpost. Episode from Next Gen Season 1.
There's DNA on this console, but it's only partial. I can't use this. Maybe it's because we're outside. The weather out here could dilute any DNA samples.
What about inside that structure?
That's where the workers spend most of their time. Good idea. In the Radiant console,
all the managerial technology in the mines is hidden.
So they can keep an eye on their investment.
Oh, it is.
Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots. That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
Yeah, this actually is my first playthrough. It's something I picked up the other day. I'm really enjoying it though. Yeah, it's something that I meant to get a while back, and just being able to stream it, I thought, okay, well, why not?
I'm not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else.
We got that one.
Some kind of glowing mineral being used as a light source. Might want one of these for my cabin, actually.
All right.
Almost looks like coffee. Almost. I'll have some Raptogino when I get back to the ship.
Let's take a look. Nope.
If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room. Atari must be tough on the inside, too.
Okay. I got the DNA from there.
Not enough. Gotta keep looking. This'll work.
Atari fingerprints. All right. I'm not going to ask what happened with the dried saliva.
That's enough to make the DNA profile. I can go back to the lab.
Yeah. Don't want to know about the dried saliva on the computer screen. At least I hope it was saliva.
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I want to know. Soon.
What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, and energy types for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. The workers here aren't mining.
Do you think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. The console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this frame.
No shortcuts then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
One thing I do wish is
It worked.
Theory.
maybe a few more puzzles to solve. But that's a minor gripe for me.
Ready? We'll be okay. We survived worse than this.
I haven't. Put my faith in you. For now. Stay back. You don't have to hide.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tyler Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidra.
Wait.
Tuesgawad Abawencha.
I'm really hoping that was set to stun.
No. Are you injured?
No, I just...
talk my way through like always. I've been fine. I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. It really hurts.
Hey, Alex, you said... I was a tactical officer before I was posted to the resident. I know my way around a phaser. You saw how I handled our large friend here.
I suppose that is somewhat reassuring. My authority has never been challenged like that. Nothing to him.
So we should assume that any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Citron.
Can you switch over the lift?
George should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
The Meridian Disruptor.
I assume the miners took weapons from the Meridians before the Meridians.
That explains some of how the uprising happened, but not enough.
Do you with us?
No. My phaser is more efficient. Unless you...
Weapons on.
Yeah, it's more of a watch along type thing. You know, the outcome is based on your choices, very much so, and it's lots of fun if you want kind of a cinematic thing. And I've always liked them.
Still one of my people, but I didn't come here to take Hatari lives.
My phaser's set to stun. They'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of formula for their games, and I know it's not for everybody. I like them, just because it's a different formula than pretty much every other game out there.
Energy fields are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead.
What I'll probably do next, for some of my streams, will be the Telltale Batman ones. I finished the first season. I never finished the second. And I've always wanted to, and I think it could make for an interesting stream. If nothing else, than to have a record of my own playthrough. You know, just have fun, hang out, and enjoy it. I've always enjoyed the Batman character, and they had an interesting take on it. Where it's more puzzle based.
Looks like they've improvised a barrier. Particular color, don't you?
Right, so. Not without that scan card.
Have time to look for them to finish whatever they're doing. Have to try and keep them busy past them.
Starting to see.
Yeah. Their version of Batman is far more detective. I mean, there is combat sequences with quick time, but it's a lot more puzzle based, and I've liked the detective side of Batman a lot more than that.
I'll be fine. What should I do?
So, I think it's an interesting take on Batman, because it does focus more on the detective side than the combat side, which I've always liked. I've read so many comics. Okay. Okay. Alright, time to go Solid Snake.
Such a hassle.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on?
Have to move quick.
Try something from they saw power. Others are terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work. Complete the plan.
Okay. So we got through that section.
Processing.
Alright.
I can taste our victory.
Okay.
Almost complete. Now to get to the basics. Good.
Alright. Nearly walked into that one.
What is that?
Oop. That was very close. Far closer than I would have liked. Alright, there's the barricade.
Nothing's here. So dark in here. Who's that?
Oh! Okay. Let's do that.
Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
Alright, let's do it again. Okay.
It's just a matter of time.
Oh, I know who detected it. It was the guard over there. Alright, go back to that one.
Processing. I saw something.
Shit! Got a little too cocky there. Made it seem. Alright. Here's hoping.
They saw my power. Others are not. To terrify us. Until the plan is completely removed. Then get back to
That's the other thing about Batman is there's a lot more stealth parts in the Batman series. Okay. Goes there. And then he comes over here. And then we're going to go over here.
It's just a matter of time. Good. Good.
Okay. Grab the security card. Scheisse. Alright, let's lower the difficulty. I'll finally give in to the damn game. Yeah.
Submitting technology is such a hassle. I get all the grunt work.
I hear you, buddy. I get the grunt work too.
They saw my power.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to drop down there.
Then get back to
I will double check that on this run through.
It's just a matter of time.
Right.
Good. Good.
Part of the tough point is getting to the camera angle so you can actually see.
Processing.
Alright, let's see. Really wish I was a Vulcan right now. I'd just do the Vulcan nerve pinch and voila. Alright, we got the security card again. Alright, there we go.
I'm not worried. He's let us well so far. It's a miracle we're even here.
I know.
We've been waiting for so long. Be patient. We'll get our chance.
Oh.
It's inevitable after all. And it is.
Alright, we're crawling through the vent. I'm still gonna stay crouched because force of habit. Climb up the hatch. Yeah, exactly. Better safe than sorry. They spot a millimeter of my uniform, but they don't hear that. Must be the guards in Metal Gear Solid all over again. Actually, that's not true. The guards in Metal Gear would be on me in a second.
Stop. What? Motion sensors.
Oh, of course.
What I found. This means getting out. Anywhere. How can I get through?
Yeah, you never know with these guys. Alright. Oh! Okay.
No!
That's not good. Alright. We'll retry.
Stay close. Stop. What? Motion sensors.
Uh-huh.
Trigger and alarm. What I found. This means getting out. Anywhere. How can I get through?
Okay. Yeah, that's one good thing about these types of games is they tend to be fairly forgiving. Alright, so we got a motion sensor there. Actually. Alright, we'll holster. Limbo, how low can you go? Ah, apparently I gotta go pretty low. Alright. Just so I don't walk into any high-level beams. They really got to redesign their motion sensors, though. Have them create a wide arc instead of just one narrow beam. But shouldn't complain, it let me get in. Woo. Yeah, something along those lines, yeah. It's been a while since I watched Entrapment, too.
This is where the uprising started.
It's pretty bloody for an episode of Star Trek.
Sorry, don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale, this level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless rebellion.
I don't know if we should know. It's just,
Make sure they don't die penalty. We aren't here to save the rest of the people.
One thing I like about this game is you have control of two sides of it. So you've got the commander of the XO, and then you've got enlisted members in the engineering team.
Is this the effects of an Iridium disruptor?
Trust me, that was one of the first things I've actually started going back and rewatching Star Trek. I just finished the latest season of The Lower Decks, which I thought was... I love that show because it's just so funny.
I'm sorry. And Iridium. Both sides took a beating.
I just love Star Trek.
The Hatari fortified the side of the room opposite the door. It's a good tactic.
I've actually got the Star Trek Modiphius RPG, all the books, and PDF files that go with them. Oh yes, yes. Strange New Worlds was awesome. I absolutely loved it. It was great to watch. I loved the Doctor at the end asking what was in the Orion hurricanes that made them all into cartoons. That was hilarious. I loved those. Those were fun.
Tyrus. What kind of weapon is this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen and heard.
I still love the fact that, you know, Galaxy Quest is the greatest Star Trek movie ever made. Yeah, that was really cool. Honestly, if they ever decide to make Lower Decks live action, like a full live action episode, because I would love to see, you know, the entire crew as well, because I think they're just that awesome.
What an awful way to die. This must be why the Elydians are so afraid. Technology that surpasses their own. The hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
This weapon now?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses.
I haven't watched the latest Strange New Worlds episode, which is, of course, the musical episode. I'm curious about that. Honestly, Ethan Peck as Spock has impressed me so much. The entire cast has, really.
The Elydians shot to kill him.
True. True.
Correct. The shot hit him aside the Hotari would have been.
But I think a lot of them look, like I looked it up, and they do look, there are a few that look very close.
Killed by the same crystallization as the Elydian.
So... But I just love the fact that they actually did go there and have them go into live action. Like the fact that they had Jack Quaid with the purple hair and everything, and it
dumping bodies down here.
and you know, nobody batted an eye the fact that the guy's got dark purple hair.
Galvin and Sidron will be made to answer for this.
So yeah, it was really fun to watch. Actually, it was. No, and that was really cool, that they didn't make it super cheesy or, like you said, out of place. It actually had a really cool reason for it happening. And I loved how Boimler's like trying not to go fanboy over Spock. And, you know, and Uhura's a legend in her own right, which, honestly, love that. Because, you know, I've honestly, I wasn't sure how I felt about the Lower Decks when I first heard about it. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about it. And then I started watching it, and it's awesome, because it infuses that spirit of Galaxy Quest. into it. You know, where they're not being super serious. Which, you know, I think Star Trek... Yeah, true. He tried not to go fanboy over all of them. I loved the episode where they ended up going back to back in time to Toronto. That was fun for me. I've really appreciated the new Star Trek. They've done it really well. I hope they continue from Picard. I really do, because I would love to see a series with 7 of 9. And the whole new crew and cast. It's something that I think needs to be done. Star Trek needs to be brought back in today's day and age. Yeah, I get that. I have ADHD, so, you know, I'm kind of like the dog in the movie Up. You know, where it's just, squirrel! Which I can live with. I've learned to deal with it over the years. I think, yeah, like you said, I think they have brought it back as well. I've been impressed by the fact that they've had fun with it. And, you know, part of it was you don't take it so seriously. Which, for me...
These twisting particles, they're not that lithium. They're common in the mines. Not the barbers.
And I mean, yeah, the streaming services and everything have been, you know, we're getting to that point where there's so many streaming services. The best part is, though, is up until a few weeks back, up here in Canada, Crave, which is included in my cable package, included all the Star Trek series and everything. And now it's moved to Paramount Plus, which, again, I'm not going to complain, because Paramount Plus, I think it's about $10 up here, which I'm willing... to pay just for the access to Star Trek. Not that I don't have all of them on DVD. I do. Okay, there's something in this area that I should be scanning, but it's not telling me what. Okay, come on, come on. I know that up here, they've got all of it pretty much on Paramount Plus. I think the only one they don't have is Strange New Worlds' latest season, and I could be wrong about that. And like I said, I don't have a problem with that. There's the whole distribution issue. And especially with Star Trek, because we've had it up here on our Sci-Fi channel. Like, at one point, they've had, well, even today, Star Trek on Space, or CTV Sci-Fi as it's now called, has, I'd say a good solid 8 hours a day showing up. It's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Star Trek as much as the next guy, but that's a little much, even for me. Ooh, what's that red glow there? Okay, not something I can scan. Oh, just base lighting. Okay. All right. No. All right. Oh, yeah. I will agree with that. Netflix has a very streamlined app that, again, I enjoy it a lot more than pretty much all the other apps. Because they actually paid attention and figured out what works best for their users. Okay, there's something around here that I'm supposed to scan, but I can't see it. Ah, there you are. Hiding right in front of me. Clever place to hide.
Think they parked us here on purpose?
Where to find out. Need any help?
She's pretty handy with heavy equipment. Good skill to have.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been reported. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
Yeah, I've had to do that as well. One show on Paramount Plus that I recommend is Spec Ops of the Lioness. I joked with Chad, though, that the first little bit seems like a recruiting ad for the Marine Corps, but it's a pretty solid show.
This feels strange. The crystals are increasing. Growing outward. Replacing the soul. It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with her wearing a red shirt at this point in time. I mean, I know that in Next Gen and beyond, it's the yellow shirts that get killed, but still, I'd rather not be wearing red right now. Just in case they change things.
It's the remnants of the Tau Empire. We should be here. This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can.
But Spec Ops the Lioness has a pretty good cast in it. Like, they've got Morgan Freeman, they've got Zoe Saldana, Nicole Kidman's in there.
Somewhat resembles a transporter pad.
Oh, good. That'll be fun.
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell which is. I'm sleeping. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else. Hopefully. Let's keep looking around.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because all my friends growing up wanted to be like the security or command type. I wanted to be the engineer. I wanted to be Scotty, damn it, and Jordy.
How are you holding up?
I knew God fixed it on the dreams.
And honestly, LeVar Burton and my father are responsible for me reading so much. Because I grew up on reading Rainbow, and you know, my dad, we didn't have cable when I was growing up. He cut the cable because he was worried I'd get... Yeah, exactly. He was worried that I would get too obsessed with television. So we had 2 channels growing up. Thankfully, one had Star Trek episodes in the afternoon on Saturdays, so after grocery shopping with my dad, we came home, we'd sit down, we'd watch Star Trek. And then Friday nights, when Next Gen came out, that was the big thing. And they didn't get Deep Space Nine in that because it wasn't in syndication right from the start. But one of my friends recorded all the Deep Space Nine and Voyager episodes for me. I gave him a few blank tapes and he'd record them, and like every month, because he lived out of town, every month he would come into town for grocery shopping and he'd drop off a tape and I'd give him a few bucks because he, you know, it took time out of his schedule, and we had an understanding that I would eventually watch them, but he knew not to tell me spoilers.
Looks like some sort of replica. Can't get it to work. It has power. Must be looking for some other.
I loved, who was it? I loved Picard, the series. When I was, yeah, he was really good about that. The thing I loved about Picard was it wasn't a perfect future, you know, and with all the time travel they had, it was really cool though. Alright, we're scanning that. Spin crystal. Ah, okay. When I was 15, my dad actually got me a book called Make It So, Leadership, what was it? Leadership Fundamentals from Star Trek Next Generation Picard. And it was interesting because it actually showed what made Picard a really good leader. And it was because at the time I was considering going in military career, and I wanted to be an officer. So my dad viewed this as a lesson for me to learn, and I really liked it. And when I was 12, my friends got me like Star Trek technical manuals and that, because while other people, you know, would want something else, I still have my Star Trek Next Generation technical manuals. I also have the original series ones, and I've got the Deep Space Nine Defiant one, and I love them because they're just cool pieces of tech. And one day I want to get Michael Okuda, who I actually have spoken with on Facebook Messenger, to sign them. Both he and his wife. And if you haven't checked out on Apple TV Plus, For All Mankind, I highly recommend it. He and his wife design a lot of the set dressing for it.
I heard it was all over the floor.
And it's really cool. He'll show, of course, like pictures of them being on set for like the last season of Picard. They were all on the Enterprise D bridge. Yeah, I'm not an Apple guy either, trust me. Being in IT, I've got some choice words for Apple. But basically it's an alternate history.
This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Where...
There's something on those time crystals.
Ooh.
That's what it says. But hard to imagine how that's possible.
Basically, it's an alternate history where by the 1980s, there was a colony on the moon. And it was just because the Russians were there first.
We need to study it on the ship.
And this was... Okay. I don't think the machine's happy right now.
I see it. What's happening? Someone turned it on. There's no one here. The device I saw in the house can send a signal.
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long.
Yeah, whoops. Whoops is not good. No, we're apparently...
I've never seen this kind of energy before. I'll need to record this into my tricorder.
Yeah, I would suggest that. Basically, the Russians beat America to the moon. And the Cold War has expanded up there.
This can't be right.
It starts in the 60s.
Enough to power this entire project. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it. What do we do now? We get back to the resident. We have to know about this. Come on, let's...
I think someone's coming.
Quick. We don't have time.
Yeah, so it's basically what would have happened if the Russians were the first onto the moon. And yeah, unfortunately there's an ion storm that prevents us from beaming up or down. We have to take shuttles.
If anything, I consider it.
But yeah, I basically got Apple Plus. Because of For All Mankind. That's really the only reason I got it. and I renew it when the new series comes, like the new season comes out. And then once I've watched it, it goes away. Again, it goes back to...
I can influence the course of the negotiations. Sure, the Atari thief.
I'd like to own it on Blu-ray and DVD. And I'm still looking for it. I'm like Jay, I like to own things. It's just the nature of things because, you know, if...
Is it the right thing when you here? She was off. From as soon as she came on the show. Talking about a distress call.
Just want to make sure she's okay. This isn't like her.
We'll get her fixed up. You should talk to her. Keep her spirits up.
Yeah, if my net connection goes down, I want to be able to watch something.
I can't imagine how stupid I feel right now. I can't even believe it myself.
It's not stupid. How about a launch site? We'll figure out what's happening. We'll get you fixed up.
I'd like to believe that. I'm scared, Carter. I don't want to find out that there's something really wrong with me. Something we can't fix. Or even explain.
Ignorance is never the answer. We need to go after this as aggressively as a breach in the warp core.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna like what they find out.
Here she is.
It's going to be too far here. And the Office of Madison and the rest of the security way to speak about understanding and paying back on time.
Yeah, I get that. There's the room issue as well, and believe me, I scaled back on toy collecting just because of that. Because balancing my DVDs and my toys, it's, yeah.
Looking at some kind of science experiment. Or a monster. It's kind of freaking me out.
I don't know. I'll make it up to you. I promise.
You can sweet talk your way out of this, Connor.
Is it pathogen? No. It's not a officer. I don't know who that is, but it's not Miranda. That sounds ironic. She's been acting strange. She talks like Miranda. She knows what Miranda knows. That may be.
Yeah. I ordered a solid-state drive just for my PS5, a 2 terabyte one.
I cannot say with certainty this is the new officer who let us start this.
A lot of my games are digital. I do prefer physical copies for certain things.
This life is Miranda's. But her DNA is changing into something else. But what's more troubling is it appears to be another line layered on top of her baseline things. Miranda is not in control. Someone's possible.
And, yeah.
That's not the explanation I wanted to hear.
So you know what's happening? Can it be reversed?
Doesn't describe see. Doesn't mean I know how it's happening working this time. There's a lot more with it. Take some functional meters. Take this and get her talking while it's about her. I'm sure you don't want to speculate.
I think I'm personally.
I don't want to be incinerated as mining hazard. I don't know why I did it. Any of it. It's like there's a...
No, I got an internal 2 terabyte expansion slot.
There was nothing I could do to say no. But I didn't want to.
So this voice in your head, what else does it tell you?
It's not even a conversation. It's hard to explain. Now I still can. I just want to say, Carter, I'm sorry. I really am. I hope you know that.
Don't give up on yourself just yet. We can beat this thing.
Go. I'm not giving up.
What the?
Ooh.
Back off!
Nobody thought to change the security overrides?
Computer, erect the force field between vital range 2 and 3.
Oh.
Computer, lower force field!
I just want to live. I have a right to exist.
Give Miranda back!
One sec. Go. I'm right behind you.
Alright.
Witches I will notice text that.
What the hell are they saying? It's not in the universal translator.
Damn it, they stole tech from Link.
Let's try.
Oh. Oh. Man, it sucks being a yellow shirt in this series.
Who the hell are you?
We are scions of the flame. They can't get away with that. You have to shoot Miranda.
The reason I got the expansion is just because the size of games now, like 1 terabyte on a PS5 is not going to work. When you've got multiple games spanning PS4 and PS5.
Recognize that language? Because it's never ever been read. It's a common language.
So, like, a lot of my games are digital. No, it really isn't going to work anymore.
Wait, no.
Wow, what a guy. Ah, that would explain it. Okay.
This can only mean times. I'm only sorry I couldn't find the postcode. All in good time. This is only the beginning. We're working together.
Mm-hmm.
You and Otari?
They did something to
Nothing quite like hijacking bodies.
Secure the containment. Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
Yeah, me either, unfortunately. And they said Call of Duty wouldn't come in handy in Starfleet. Okay, we're clearly not going for stealth anymore. Whoa. Pretty sure this has escalated into a very serious interstellar incident.
No. Can't find some time. For what? This vehicle is a lot tougher than that barrier.
All right.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Oh. All right, all right. All right, works for me.
John! Get on!
All right, let's go. Whoa. What is there to hold on to up here? Suddenly we're in Fast and the Furious, Star Trek edition.
Don't stop. I'll handle that.
Oh. Okay, we gotta... Uh-oh. She down. Let's retry.
Don't stop. I'll handle that.
Where's a phaser rifle when you need it?
surrounded. Let's get it working.
Let's rock. Molten lava core. Now would be a good time for the transporters to be online.
Resolute, do not give up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Do you think that hurts? Wait a minute. Let's see. We're really doing this, huh? Pretty sure she's had brighter ideas.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get along. Commander was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some kind of clue that we're not seeing.
Intermetric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. Crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 0.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centimeters. All of this is connected. The storm, the worm-killing field, the crystals, Miranda's alien transporter tech. Okay, I've got the transporter in calibration. There are a lot of biosigns in that line, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the advantage signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Ryder, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need to generate a high-energy event to help us.
High-energy event. Guys! Tyrus, come with me. It's good. I'm going to shoot my face with some dilation. I will keep all that disruption. What? War is the safe.
All right, big ass signal flare.
Whoa, another deep explosion.
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto the biosigns now.
All right, time to clear the debris.
Got the biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
Zero tunnel path with ionic interference.
Okay, Latitude is... Little up.
Got a pack. Just gotta calibrate the signal.
Okay. Peaks and valleys. Come on.
Energize.
We're losing it.
The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
Try it.
Where are you? Where are you? There's that sweet spot. No.
I got it. Come on.
I hope I didn't just create a transporter incident like in Star Trek 1.
Yes.
Get her to sick bay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from
Take a look at that.
Medic, need you on the bridge, now.
One second. Just going to pause broadcast. Nope. Okay.
I'm here.
The Illyrians are preparing to attack Hatari.
Status report.
Systems are now full power. All torpedo tubes open. They're preparing to fire.
We should hail the Illyrian flagship.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Initiation, Commander. We need to act quickly.
Hail the Illusions. Maybe we can talk some sense into them.
You sure about that, Mr. Herman?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. All of their systems are shut down.
That's unexpected.
Commander Irma, scan them again. We have some shit.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
What's happening? There's an energy dampening field coming from top.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a break? I got it.
And that would be why they powered down.
Captain, flagship.
Celebrate to the Starship Resurgence. Our main power core cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running on batteries, life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate, contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Cobliot, you sided with the Hontari in the negotiation. But that does not matter now. The crew is going to die. Please, I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Resurgence directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
The ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zelby and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Tovar.
Jara, I need a senior officer to do this. Take Chobak and Bedrosian in the shuttle. Get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Encelar, you will be part of the rescue mission. As will I. Bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldy, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
Pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldy to make it possible to beam the Illyrians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
Oh, this should be fun.
We're going on the wrong mission.
Oh. What's that?
We're going to rescue the Illusion, the people that oppressed the Hontari. And we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the true symbiosis dream, only worse. And I've seen too many people that got wiped away by some greater entity to stand by when the same thing happens to her. I want to be a part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Body stolen and used like a puppet.
I'm not giving up on her either. We'll get her back.
Whatever it takes.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
You wait till you're ready.
Light them up.
Resolution shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking off.
laser array when you need it most.
We're almost there.
Alright, let's try that again.
Resolution shuttle Cap Nelson. You're receiving takeoff.
Acknowledgement. Melville, taking off.
Scheisse. Oh, that's not good. We're above the rings.
We're almost there.
Oh. Rolled it. Ah.
No!
Alright, I'm actually going to call it there. For now, thanks for joining me, Matt. I will probably be back later on. I've got a couple things I got to do around here. But, yeah, I will catch you later.